Another day, another hate towards Tears of the Kingdom. So if you do not know, if you've been living under a rock or have not been watching this now, I maybe watch this now, you've at least watched at least one video about Tears of the Kingdom, at the very least. Okay, but so ridiculous that this one game garners more hate than any other Nintendo game in history. Okay, Nintendo has released duds in the past when it comes to gaming, especially during the Wii U and 3DS era, which again, according to people online, is the most soulful era of Nintendo. That's what I find the most hilarious. The most soulful era of Nintendo had the worst games. Okay? And yes, the Switch had its stinkers too, like Princess Peach Soul Time. Okay? I don't think anyone really liked that game all too much. I get that game is supposed to be an entry point for young girls to get into video games. You know, and also Switch did have its, and of course it's the Mario sports titles as well, were pretty much stinkers. Okay, they were rushed out. Those were I think the lowest points of the Switch were the Mario spin-offs. That's it, the Mario spin-offs. Okay, of course the Nintendo's never gonna port the worst of this Wii U to the Switch and the worst of the 3DS obviously as well. The 3DS and the Wii U, especially during 2015 and 2016, were some of the worst and most disappointing eras in all of Nintendo. Okay, for example, instead of getting a new Animal Crossing game, we got Amiibo Festival and Happy Home Designer, two games that nobody liked or cared about. Okay, I got Happy Home Designer, I played like barely any of it compared to Animal Crossing New Leaf. Like, what was the point of Happy Home Designer? Oh, it was to sell you cards. Okay, that's why the 3DS and Wii U era of Nintendo was the worst. Okay, and that's also the era when Pokemon started going downhill. And Pokemon was the bright spot of the 3DS era. Okay, like 3DS had the worst Paper Mario game, had the worst 2D Mario game, had the worst 3D Mario game, which again that is a very high bar for 3D Mario games to go on. Had the worst Mario Luigi game, and the Wii U had the worst Animal Crossing game. It had the second worst Paper Mario game. It had the worst Star Fox game. It had the worst Mario Sports game. And there's just so much bad of the 3DS and Wii U era of Nintendo. Okay, the Wii U era was better than the Wii U slate of games were better. At least Nintendo was like trying with that era with the Wii U. But the Wii U was still the worst era. Like, also have to forget the fact that the 3DS also had the worst 2D Zelda game of Triforce Heroes, excluding the CDI games, obviously. Because I know people are like, oh, what about the CDI games? Save for the 2D Mario games, like excluding the CDI games, because those are not made by Nintendo. Okay, Nintendo did not make the CDI games. Okay, it had the worst Pokemon spin-off games like Pokemon Mystery Dozen Gates to Infinity, and it had that Pokemon Troze, game that was pretty bad. That Pokemon Rumble game that was free to play as well. That was also pretty bad as well. Yeah, the free to play one, not Pokemon Rumble Blast, which killed that IP overall. And Save Pokemon Troze, two more spin-offs that were killed because Nintendo and Pokemon Company handled those pretty poorly. And also, Pokemon Ranger didn't even get a new game. Like, honestly, they sort of made a Pokemon Ranger game for the Wii U. And especially for the Switch. Like, come on, okay? Especially you could have made a Pokemon Ranger game using motion controls with the Switch Joy-Cons. Like, that was a huge missed opportunity right there. And that's what the one game they're gonna pick on is Tears of the Kingdom because of its menu. Yeah. Which, again, I don't understand why people are so upset over this. Why this upsets people so much when you had so much wars with Nintendo the 3DS and Wii U era. And also forget the fact that the Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Tears of the Kingdom are two of the highest rated Nintendo games of all time by the fans. 8.6 average score for both games. Okay, of course this is compared to like Mario Wonder and Thousand Year Door, obviously, or even Ocarina of Time, but they're still some of the highest rated games on the Switch. Along with the likes of Mario Odyssey, Smash Bros. Ultimate, Mario Wonder, New Horizons, Metroid Dread. The Switch has so many good games, and these people are saying that the Switch era is the worst era of Nintendo. Give me a break. 3DS and Wii U era are far worse than the Switch era. Of course, the Switch era doesn't compare to the GameCube era of Nintendo, but that's just my nostalgia speaking. Goodbye.